Hope everyone's doing good tonight. Just testing out this stream for the first time, kind of a breakdown. If you guys can hear me, hey Jamie, hey Adriana, thanks for tuning in. Can you guys hear me okay? Doing something a little different than I'm used to. I want to see if this works. I'm going to kind of show you guys a breakdown of my music and how I gain inspiration and things like that. Something different. Thanks, Jamie. Hope you guys are doing great over there. Is it warm in Vegas? It's hot here. We are hot. Hey, Adriana, how you doing over there? Well, this is a new song I just came up with the other night. The past couple of weeks, it's been really hard to find inspiration to make music. So much going on over here at our house. And so this was done in about 15 minutes in what I call is the meat of the music. And I'm just going to kind of break down the different levels so you guys can kind of see, like what a kick is, essentially the beat, shakers, things like that, and how I start a song and where I gain the inspiration from. So typically when I'm doing a song, the first thing I do is I always lay down the kick, and kind of you want that. There's little ticks in Logic Pro, and I like to use Logic Pro X. It's a phenomenal system to use, and it's because I have a Mac, and my Mac is pretty incredible. I have it like all the bells and whistles that I could possibly do on this one. The only thing about my iMac is it's not portable, so I do miss that. I wish that I had done the same thing on a MacBook Pro. And while I have two of them, my MacBook Pros are used for when I'm DJing out in public and stuff like that. But what I'm going to show you is how I gained inspiration for this song, and it's the first one I created in the whole quarantine time, and what I did to kind of make it. So typically when I have this, its sound is already in my head, so I come in and I do that. So I always lay down a kick. It's never usually this sound like what you're hearing right now. There's just a kick. Let me turn it up so you guys can kind of hear. And I pick just usually something random so that way it's in there. I don't like, on Logic Pro there's a tick that goes tick, tick, tick. I hate it. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me. So what I do is I lay down a kick, which you guys are hearing right now, and it just kind of gives a momentum. I say, all right, I'm going to start at 124 beats per minute. What key I want to be in, this is a C major, and then I kind of just go from there. This is how I gained inspiration from this. I came and I said, I want to find some chords. So this is the chords, and I'm going to show you kind of my little tricks of once I had the chords laid out. It's something, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm going to turn up a little bit. It's really, really cool. You can kind of hear the keys. Sounds very live. I put spaces, and I kind of took all the keys and I took them off. I didn't play these, believe it or not. I looked at the keys and I said, hey, these sound good. And but you can see each one of these things here. Oops, let me unmute these. These keys, okay, and they all sound good. I like the bottom end to my chords. A lot of people don't do them. I think it adds full. Like if I was to take this off and mute this, you guys are gonna hear it like really? But I think it's cool. Watch. You guys can hear it right now. See, it doesn't sound full enough. I think it's cool when you have this other one. Now you can hear it. Watch this. Feels fuller. Okay, so now that I have my chords, this was my inspiration. I had a kick, and you guys can hear it. Kind of already sounds like it's two things. It's only two things so far: my chords and my kick drum. But you need it to be more heavier. Okay, so then I take this out. I took the same stuff, my same chords, and I found different there's a plugin called Serum in Logic Pro. And check this out. Let me play it for you. It's the same thing, same chord pattern. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Just kind of doing a little test run to see how this thing is going to go for future stuff, future lessons, or just talking with you guys. Okay, so anyway, so this is Serum. It's the same chord pattern that I had originally, but you can kind of hear it sounds wavy. If you can hear it, it sounds pretty, doesn't it? It's like got a pulsating feel to it, like it's driving. And then when you put it with this other chords, hear that? It sounds fuller already. It's really, really pretty. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Mike. Hey, Christopher. Hey, Devin. Now, I didn't think it was full enough, so I needed more. I came and I put what is called a pad in a program called Serum. Here, let you listen to it without it, with nothing. Sounds very melodic, just very pretty. Christopher, thanks for tuning in. But you can kind of hear how it just sounds very, a very lovely track. Very, it's really, really pretty. Now, if you put them together, see how kind of that other pad is very pulsing. Now check it out. When I put it with the chords from the piano, it sounds pretty, right? Check this out. Put it with that kick drum again. Check this out. Wow, right? It still needed more. You obviously need a bass tone. Like the kick can only go so far. Now, I'm going to take away all of these things so you can just hear this. I needed a bass. Sub bass. So listen to this. Okay. This is really, really cool. I like this part of it. Hey, Ronnie. Hey, JJ. Now, can you hear it in the background? Let me turn off that kick. Right? It's still not full enough. To me, it's like, okay, so you have to put more layers, is what they call them in tracks. And then here's another one. Check this out. This one is just single. But then when you put them together, and then later when the song is almost to completion, I'm going to put compressors on the track so they're not fighting each other, and you're not hearing, it doesn't sound like it sounds out of phase. And if you built a car stereo or a home stereo and you put this positive and the negative opposite, it goes out of phase and it doesn't sound right. So in the future, I'm going to compress those things. But here's the cool one. So while this is great, it's still missing. Now check this one out. Ooh. You hear that bass? This is this one by itself. And you know how I took this bass is from the chords. I grabbed the bottom of the chords and then I put them inside the bass, and that's how I got that and came up with that. But now if you put these things together, look at this. All three of them. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's such a great sound because they're not competing with each other, they're just complementing each other, and it just keeps giving drive to the song. Now let's go put those chords back in. Ooh, right? Let's put these pads in. That already in itself, really pretty. You guys hear that? This is how I gain inspiration. This is how it really starts. And I throw that kick back in there. For all of you guys that are tuning in on Facebook and tuning in on Periscope, Twitch, thank you for joining. Wow, right? Now, what happens here is now that I have like what I think is like the meat of the song, the good stuff, I start adding different effects, start adding different sounds. look at this one. You're gonna like this. I like putting like beachy sounds in the background because it's very tropical. You hear the birds? The birds in the background are really pretty. It's atmosphere, so it's like in the background, and if I take out all of these pads, you guys can kind of hear the birds chirping. Now that's not a predominance, it's just something that kind of gives the depth to the song. It's kind of in the background. I do that with like waves crashing, wind chimes, things like that. I think it's really pretty to a song, but not that it's so dominant, but that it's there. Okay, now check this one out. Then I like starting to add, this is a trumpet, and I kind of broke down the trumpet. Let me start it again. You're gonna hear right here, if you can see this, where I'm circling. This part right here, in a few minutes is gonna come in, and you're gonna hear this. It's a beautiful trumpet, it's just in the background. Hear that? And it's not continuous, it's just certain parts of the song. It's really cool. It's gonna come in right here again. Okay, let me give it one more sound. This one right here now. It's gonna come back. Did you hear that? It's like a horn, but then I put a bunch of echoes to it. I side chained it, and so it's kind of like it's adding life to it. If you know who ODESZA is, you know, things like that. It's kind of that feel, a little bit of that feel. Let me give you guys one more sound. This is called I haven't decided if I'm going to leave the rattler in. You can let me know if you like it, but it's going to come in right here. So it's going to come back. You're going to hear it right here. It's like a rattler, the kid's rattler that I just kind of compressed the heck out of it, put a bunch of delay. Alright, so really fun. Now, the song needs like a conversation. Something needs to be talking to it. So the really cool thing about this is here's this next part. If you can hear it, really cool. So this is when you're making an instrumental, you need something that kind of is like telling the story in a song. And that's what it's, you feel it like it's going up and down with it. Very wavy, really pretty. I added more effects. You're gonna hear it come in here where it's highlighted blue. It's kind of crackling noise. Check this out. Hear that? It's like a wooden box. You guys can hear that. I hit it, and then you just put a bunch of delay on top of it. A bunch of echo, should I say. It's going to start to get really pretty here too. Check this out. So now I needed the drum fills and stuff like that. I put some tech hats. I don't know if you can hear this. Already starting to pick up. Starting to hear that house song right there. I think hats are amazing. It's like you always kind of hear that in a house track as a hat, you know. But nothing like a clap. Listen to this clap. Hear that clap? I love it. I took this clap, I put it in a program that I have called Loopmaster, just to give it feeling of being live. Really pretty. And check out these percussions. This is called a tom, the same thing. I wanted it to be like moving, and you can kind of see where in this bottom space it's harder here, it's softer here. It's just like you're getting a feeling of it. It's there, but it's not there, and just filling that mid-range of the song. Now, you guys can hear it. The shaker. Cannot go anything without a house track without a shaker. Hear that? Ooh, I just love that. It's so pretty. then this is when you can do something like this on a break of the song. And then check it out when I bring this kick in. Oh, so pretty. I don't know if it's too loud for you guys out there. If you guys can really kind of hear this song. Super, super, super pretty. I did have found a vocalist. And wait till you hear what she has to say. It's really, really. So I wanted to do her voice a couple times. You're going to hear it coming right about now. And if you can hear it okay, you can leave a comment in the comment box and tell me if it's too loud for you. I can turn it down on my side. I'm doing this for the first time. Really I have my headphones on and I have this microphone, so I don't hear anything. It's like super quiet. The computer sound is playing the sound directly to you guys. So I guess you can kind of see that. Again, we can take things out and go back to that again. Take on these. Wife always tells me you're a big fan of this low end deep bass. I do like it. You hear it? Wow. Anyway, so this is my new song that's coming out. It's called We're in the Mood. I'm gonna finish it up. Release it pretty soon. But I thank you for tuning in and kind of listening to the breakdown of this song and what I do and how I get inspiration. Okay, we can break all of this down. So funny how you take out some of these elements of this song and it just becomes a totally different song. It's not even the same anymore. Like, see? Check that out. The minute you take out that shaker, it's almost not enough to fill the song. Some songs can have 100 plus. These are called tracks. Each one of these things here are called tracks. And some songs can have 100 plus tracks with effects, sign chaining, and all this good stuff. Then look at you can hear this. Oh. Anyways, I hope you like this song. It'll be out on. I'm hoping to get it done this week. Would be nice. I just gained a lot of inspiration from it. Good little track. Thank you for watching and the comments and being part of it. What did you think? Do you think it's a good thing to kind of break down songs, maybe teach you guys how I do it, or where I got this inspiration from? There it is. If you watch this at another time and you replay this, it's on all the channels. Please let me know your thoughts, and if it's something that you want me to find a date and time to do stuff like that, maybe teaching you guys some lessons. But thank you for tuning in. I wanted to see how it would work and listen to this and come back and listen to it and see if it got good sound. But I thank you all again. You guys have a great night. Hope you guys are staying safe. Looks like we're going to be coming out of this quarantine hopefully fast, so we can some of us get back to work. And if you're working and you're out there doing essential stuff, our love goes out to you guys, and for everybody, actually, not just you guys, everybody. You guys have a great night. Lots of love, and thanks for tuning in and watching and subscribing to our channels and being part of it. Have a great night. Thank you.